Hey, Thabreakmasta here, and this is gonna be my Binbougami episode 1 first impressions review. Clap it up for this anime here. I really enjoyed this one. This one right here is one of my summer blockbuster kind of animes. I really enjoyed it. You gotta watch it. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. Just gotta watch it. If you're just watching this video right now, go watch it because it's actually really good so far. For the first episode, at least from the first episode, it was really good. I really enjoyed this, and the concept of the show is pretty cool too. So basically, we end up seeing this girl, and she's like the god of misfortune, or the goddess of misfortune. She's has all this going on, and so we end up seeing this girl. Her name is Momiji, and she's god of misfortune as well. Basically, how this whole world works is there's fortune and there's misfortune, and it has to be a balance between the two worlds. If there's someone that has too much fortune, the god of misfortune has to come and correct that. And if someone has too much misfortune, and then there's a god of fortune that comes to fix that as well. So that's how the show is basically premised around. And like I said, it's pretty cool. Like I said, it has a lot of gag stuff within this. And yeah, so basically we have seen Momiji. I like her name actually, but yeah, she didn't see Momiji. She has like this she's brown hair. She has big old bandage crap on her hand. I wonder why she had that. And so she has to go stop this girl, and her name is Ichiko Sakura. And basically this girl here, she has way too much fortune. Everything good happens to her, and we see this. She's like almost stuck up in a sense, because all the guys love her for the fact that she has big boobs and she's rich. She has big boobs, she's rich. I guess you can see she's pretty too. She has everything going for her right now, and Momiji, she didn't want to do this whole thing at first, but she looked at the picture and she saw that she has freaking big boobs, and she's like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna go do this. I gotta fix this," because she's on a high level. Ichiko, she has too much fortune. All the guys love her. She gets everything she wants. You see this in the episodes. Just everything goes right for her. And so then Momiji ends up confronting her. She's in the bathroom and everything like that. She was all Ichiko was just like being a jerk, I guess you can say, because she's just in the bathroom sitting there listening to all the girls talk about her, because all the girls are like, this is stupid, why'd you get all this love and all this like attention and blah blah blah, and so she's like, yeah, see, look at that, I'm looking down on people. She looks down on people, by the way. That's I said, she's a rich person, so she looks down on the people and stuff like that. She's like, yeah, you wish you had my fortune, you wish you had this, and you can't have none of this and stuff. And she's just being a jerk basically, but she didn't say that to him. She's just in the bathroom. But then as she got out the bathroom, she ends up seeing this girl hanging all of a sudden. She's like, what the heck is this? Now she's not your ordinary like rich girl. She can fight. She has like a total different personality from what we see from how she acts around other people. So yeah, she's like really like tough and like almost annoying like the way she is. She can get on your nerves if you listen to her personality. Yes, and so when she was hanging in there, she had like a rope around her neck, so she's just hanging like that. And she's like, what the heck's going on? And so then she ends up trying to introduce herself, coming out from the toilet, but she left. She gone. She was like, I ain't seeing this crap. And so she ends up trying to get all the boys to come in the bathroom to see this girl. There's some weird pervert looking at me and everything. And they're like, what? And so all the guys end up going in there. They end up finding nothing because she's like, okay, this is weird. And so then she ends up coming home, taking a shower and all that good stuff. And as she took a shower, who else comes? Momiji comes, and Momiji's in there in the bathroom. She's like, "Hey, how you doing?" and she's like, "Hey, get the heck out of here!" And she ends up throwing her out the bathroom. Ends up hitting her butler. Her butler's in there, and his name is Suwano. So yeah, basically they end up actually having to talk at this point after all this goes on, because Suwano thinks that that's her friend, and so they end up just being chatty. I was wondering why he wasn't in there like watching her or anything like that, because she was attacking her. But basically, they talk, and she just explains how this whole fortune and misfortune is. You have too much fortune, so you got to get rid of some of it. And so she's like, okay, if I did this, what would happen, basically? So they show this life thingy, and this is what's so funny too. They explain the fortune and misfortune. Now, there's cameo in this. First, we see the fortune. We don't see this like birds and also the good stuff. But then we see Goku turn to Super Saiyan. I'm like, what the heck? And so then we go to misfortune, and it shows the misfortune part. It ends up showing Vegeta, and he's all, I can't do anything. I'm like, what is this? What is this? And so they see this just explaining everything to Ichiko, and just telling her, you need to take some of your misfortune away. If you don't take away some of your misfortune, you're gonna put too much fortune away. If you don't take your fortune away, if you have you'll basically give misfortunes to other people around you. And if you don't take the stuff away, but she's like, I don't care about anyone else. This is my happiness. This is what I want to do. This is me. all me, nothing else. And so she didn't really care about that and everything like that. But then Momiji tried to attack her anyways. She ended up bringing her teddy out to get her this syringe, this gigantic syringe that gets connects to her arm, and she's trying to get her, but she couldn't get her. And she tried to run away. She can't run away from her. She just goes through things and breaks through stuff. And she couldn't get her though. She couldn't get her because her fortune was just too good, and she just didn't have enough misfortune to beat her fortune. She's like almost the god of fortune. It seems like that's how good her fortune is. It's too good, and so she couldn't get her. And so as all this is going on, she has no worries, nothing like that. She didn't really care about any other people besides Butler. And what's this? We end up seeing like a little like a shot of him holding his chest. He's like like this and stuff like that. And she's like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "No, I'm fine. You know, just do what you do," and blah blah blah. "Oh, yeah, it's your birthday tomorrow, right?" "Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I cook you something." Because he apparently cooks bad. And he's like, "I would look forward to your horrible cooking." He's like, "Okay, then you my cooking then." And so then the next day happens. He ends up passing out and Momiji sees this because Momiji was still at home trying to lay a trap for her when she comes in. And so as she was laying the trap, Teddy's like, this not be a bad idea for the fact that her butler can step on this, and there's a 90% for this actually happening because he has so much misfortune going on with him. But no, that didn't happen. Actually, she ends up hearing something. She ends up looking. He ends up seeing her butler on the ground, and she's like, "Oh crap!" So what I'm gonna have to do? So she ends up sending Teddy at her school, breaking through the window, and Teddy ends up showing Ichiko that her butler's down. Go to the hospital, and so she ends up going to the hospital. And it's not good. It's not looking good for him. He has so much misfortune. She thought that Momiji did this, and so she ends up coming home. She's eating the cake and everything, and she's like, "This is too sweet. But you need to come back so I can complain to you and stuff." And then she starts crying and stuff like, "I don't want you to die." For some reason, I actually felt this. Like I only watched one episode of this so far, but I really felt the characters in this show for some reason. I really enjoyed that. But as she was crying, we ended up seeing Momiji. She's like, this is oh crap, this is nasty. This is too sweet. And she's like, "What are you doing here? What you did this to him, didn't you? You did this to him." She's like, "No, I didn't. I told you. I tried to warn you. You have too much fortune on you. You need to take the fortune off, so then other people that you won't give other people misfortune. I already told you this before, so you didn't heed my warning. This is what's happening." And so basically, she just sits there, and then she ends up stabbing her with the syringe. And she's like, "Fine, you win." And so she ends up getting she's like a gunk of her fortune, like almost like it's a lot. She still has some fortune left, and so she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go now." And she was about to go, and Ichiko's like, "You're right. I need to lose some fortune." Psych! And this freaking German suplex and freaking breaks it through the freaking ground. I'm like, okay. And so she ends up taking the fortune stuff that she just took out of her body, and she's running away with it. And so then the misfortune girl, Momiji, is like, "You know what? Forget this. I'm done. Let's go." She just freaking takes off that bandage thing, and then she just goes all crazy. She ends up stepping on a bunch of cats like multiplied and crap like that, and they're all attacking. Go about to attack her and stuff, and she's like, "Uh-oh." And so the cat ends up just pounding through her, but she actually still gets there. She got to the hospital with the fortune on her, Ichiko. And so when we try to stop her, and she's like, "I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to use your fortune to give it to your butler Suano, so you can stay alive and whatnot. You can't do that." And she's like, "No, I forget this crap." So she just ends up throwing it on the ground, and then all this was just weird. She throws all the fortune on the ground, so it spreads everywhere. So outside, they're like, "Oh, we got some dying trees." Boom, the trees are now okay. "Oh man, these are just 3-leaf clovers." Boom, the 4-leaf clovers. Yeah. I was like, "Oh, my leg hurts." Boom, I can walk again. I'm like, what the heck is this crap? It was weird. And so it actually went to Suano, and he ends up getting better. So he's fine now. He's not gonna die. But so she ends up talking to her butler, and basically she's like, "You're fired." She basically knows this. She doesn't want to give him any more misfortune. So it's like, "You're fired. Just go get your own normal life, get your own kids, and do your own thing. You don't have to be my butler anymore." And she's like, "This is for the better." She ends up leaving. She's like, he says thank you very much, and thank you for everything and stuff. So it was like it's an emotional scene. I don't know why I felt it. I only seen one episode of this, but I felt it. And so she just was sitting there crying and everything, but she's like, it's for the better. And so she has to live on her own. And so she's living on her own. It's been a week now. She's living on her own. She's like, "This is not so hard." And I haven't seen that misfortune girl Momiji for a while too, so I guess everything's okay. And then she ends up coming home, ends up seeing Momiji. She's like, "How you doing? You wanna take a bath? You wanna eat something, huh?" And it's not a gag stuff going on with that girl too. It's really funny. It has really funny scenes in this. But then she's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I'll take a little misfortune. Oh, but what the heck are you doing here? Yeah. And so then she ends up getting this letter at the end of this episode, and apparently, freaking Suano, only after a week, found a girl, got married, boom, already. I'm like, what is this? And so that's how the episode ends. I really enjoyed the opening and ending credits for this. The opening and ending songs are really good. I really enjoyed them. I'm gonna probably listen to them the full version if I can find them. Like I said, this show is really good. It has a good soundtrack, good premise, and a good theme. And it has itchiness, by the way, too. I want to say that. I forgot to tell you that, guys. But yeah, like I said, this show is really good. That's why this video is going a little too long. But this show's really good. You gotta check it out. This is one of the ones in the summer. I believe that's gonna be one of the better ones because this summer season hasn't really been that great. But this show looks promising. This first episode was really good. So like I said, I really enjoyed it. What are your guys' opinions and thoughts on this anime so far? Leave your comments below and tell me what you think. Like if you like this review and subscribe to my channel if you want to see some more Binbougami episode reviews because I'm going to be doing this weekly. So yeah, it's been the Thabreakmasta. Until then, break out.